There's one
Good morning, everyone. Ooh, hi. Most of you know that I don't even need this for you to hear me. So, we'll go ahead and get started with the announcements. Katie Fitzgerald has let me know that it's last call for auction items that were left behind. They're going to be in the back. Whatever's left back there, I believe I saw a kayak. So, there are a few other things back there, but those are the last of the auction items. If anybody's interested, talk to Katie. Also, the round table today is 2 o'clock with Don Kurtz on Zoom. Electrify everything, 4.5 personal decisions you can make to save the planet. So that'll be the round table today, 2 o'clock. A couple other announcements. The Climate Action Group will meet tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Is anybody in this in the sanctuary part of that group? Is that group meeting on Zooms? Does anybody know? Kathy, are they meeting on Zoom? Yes, Zoom. Okay, 7 o'clock on Zoom for the Climate Action Group. The church office will be open next week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 10 to 1, Wednesday, 2 to 4. Also, the library is open Tuesday and Thursday, 1 to 3, and Sunday, 11 to 11:30. Do we have a Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universal Church of Las Cruces. We welcome those who are in our sanctuary this morning, especially the children. They're going to do a little thing later. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And those who are joining us via streaming technology. I'm Cassie Colway. I'm your service associate today. Our service leader is Kevin Fitzgerald and Ashley Smith. Please be kind to Ashley. It's her first time in the pulpit. She was voluntold. I'm good at that. Our director of music is Catherine Massey. She's not with us today. Instead, we have Nancy and David Carlson, who very nicely agreed to play some beautiful tunes for us. Assisting us are Elwin Nunn on camera, Claire Wallace, and Mike Yasko on audio and YouTube. Our greeters today are Kathy Cox, Jenny Herrick, and Mark Sakonarak, and hospitality today will be offered by the Caring Committee. I love hospitality, but we have to get that poll up, so please come do that first. And then you will need a snack and something to drink. Unitarian Universalist congregations affirm and promote 7 principles which we hold as strong values and moral guides. We live out these principles within a living tradition. We live these traditions of wisdom and spirituality. We draw from sources as diverse as science, poetry, scripture, and personal experience. One of our sources is the spiritual belief that things change on this earth, that earth-centered traditions, we should celebrate them, that they're sacred, that the sacred circle of life is sacred, and it instructs us how to live in harmony with nature. The 7th principle states that we have respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are part. I look at this beautiful globe, planet Earth, when I'm here sometimes on Sunday, along with all the other symbols of world religions. And I want everybody to understand that earth-based traditions are powerful faith. And we welcome you today into our tradition. We embrace diversity in all its forms. Everyone is welcome. You can learn more about our church at our website. If you're visiting today, we'd like to meet you. If you're in the sanctuary, please rise in body or spirit and introduce yourself by telling us your name and where you are from. But wait until I bring the mic. And I'm not going to say, do we have any visitors? Because I already told everybody from CUPS they have to stand up and introduce themselves.
I'm Shannon Smith. Oh, there we go. I'm originally from California, and my sister Ashley and I moved here in 2007, and we've been here ever since, and we love the area. It's been a really good community, and we joined CUPS about a year and a half ago, and it has just been a wonderful experience, so thank you all.
And here we have some pagans who are not members of CUPS, but as I always voluntold people, that I will fix.
Hello, I'm Scott. I attend CUPS once in a while when I come through. My first Beltane was 30 years ago in Germany, and I have made a Beltane ever since, and so I'm glad to be here with you all.
Any other visitors? Oh, yay, one more pagan to wrangle.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I moved to Las Cruces about 2.5 years ago. Been to CUPS a couple times and Moon Sisters a couple times, but I'm looking forward to today. It's my first Beltane.
Hello, my name's Catherine Millian. I used to attend UU here 20 years ago, and I wanted to try it again.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Montoya. I'm a friend of Catherine's, and I live here in Las Cruces also. Thanks.
Thank you. Do we have anybody online? No? So welcome, everybody. And please remember that not all UU services are alike, so you have to come back and, give it another try a couple times. we promise we'll try not to scare you. Yeah, all the pagans are like, really? That's what we do? So, after the service today, we're going to go out and do the Maypole. And if you would like to join us, I wish that you would, at least for a couple turns around. If you see somebody today who doesn't look familiar, because some people aren't coming to service, they're just going to be out helping us get the pole up, please say hello. I promise, well, no, I can't promise. Most of us don't have horns or tails, but I can't guarantee that for everybody. But you want to say, hello and greet everybody. And the dance itself is beautiful, and the Maypole looks gorgeous when it's done. So we invite you all to join us. And as is our tradition, I would also like to just welcome North, South, East, West, and the God and Goddess to our circle and ask them to bless this gathering today.
Merry meet, my friends. I invite you to enter a period of quiet for a guided meditation. Now, you may wish to adjust your position so that your spine is straight, your body relaxed, your hands resting gently in your lap. Now, you will probably want to close your eyes, shut out all the distractions of the light. So let's take a few deep, slow breaths. In and out. In and out. Now, with your vision muted, notice what your other senses are telling you. You may feel a sense of pressure in your back or your sitting bones, where your body comes in contact with your chair. You may have feelings of tightness in your shoulders, along the jawline. Release any areas of tension that you notice. Soften the neck and the swallowing muscles. Release any tension you feel in your abdomen. Imagining the inner organs in your belly letting go of tension. Soften your eyes. Let them feel warm and relaxed, as if floating in a pool of water. Inhale. Exhale. You may notice strange sensations, such as a tingling in a muscle or a tickling feeling on the skin. Whatever comes to your awareness is okay. Just acknowledge it in the silence. Let us turn attention to the sounds around us. What do you notice here in the sanctuary? You may hear your own breathing, perhaps a growling stomach. You may hear a neighbor shifting position, perhaps cars passing on the street, and wind blowing by the outer walls of the building. Having acknowledged these outward sounds, let us turn our focus inward now. Thoughts may float through your consciousness. You can just let them float on by. Feelings may bubble up from some deeper place within you. You don't have to name the feeling or put any words to it. Just notice if it is there. Anything there for you, with gentle acceptance. Now imagine your body and mind are filled with darkness and silence, like the deep, dark night in the wilderness. Take comfort in the stillness, the restfulness of this place within you. Don't try to make anything happen. Just rest into this inner darkness, knowing that you are safe in this moment. You can simply be. Breathe in and out. In and out. In the quiet corners within, let us sense the healing powers of the body, the amazing ability of our soft animal body to restore damaged cells, to create new healthy cells, to bring balance to systems that have gotten out of whack. Let us acknowledge, too, the creative powers of our minds and hearts. From the mysterious inner regions comes all poetry, all music. From the inner dark emerges all sculpture and dance, all the art and cultures that are the heritage of humanity. Even consciousness itself, the great unsolved mystery of science resides in the deep unknown of ourselves. Continue to be with your breath in a still, quiet mood as you rest a while longer in the darkness with humility and awe and gratitude for all the powers of the darkness within yourself. Enjoy this inner peace for a moment, and then return to us to the sanctuary here when you are ready. Welcome back, my friends. I'm going to share with you some of the Beltane history and traditions today. For those of you that are not familiar with our traditions, I've gone back to the basics. The wheel of the year has 8 spokes. The equinoxes and solstice mark up the 4 quarters. Beltane is a cross quarter, midway between spring equinox and the summer solstice. Like Samhain in the fall, the veil between the realms is thin at Beltane. Communication and passage between the worlds is more possible at this time of year than any other. We can communicate with the ancestors, and they can communicate with us. The little people are quite adept at passing from the fairy world into the human world, especially now in the spring. Now, the fairies are very private pixies. If you encounter fairies, look the other way. Do not try to watch them. Later, Kelly and her class will share a story about the perils of spying on fairies. Reverend Monroe gave us an introduction to Beltane May Day traditions during his service last week. We'll flesh that out a little more for you today. At Beltane, the hardships of winter are now a distant memory. The snow has all melted. The ground is dried enough to send the herds to pasture. Spring planting has been done. Sprouts are beginning to emerge from the fertile fields. Flowers are blooming. The trees are starting to regain their leaves. Renewal is all around us. It is a glorious time to celebrate life. Fire is an essential part of Beltane, and many rituals are associated with it. All fires in the community would be extinguished. A new need fire would be kindled using the most primitive means, usually a wooden drill creating friction on another piece of wood to start a fire. This flame would be used to light other bonfires. Its flames were believed to guard against sickness, supernatural harm, and witchcraft. Rituals were performed to protect cattle, people, and crops, and to encourage growth. After these special bonfires were kindled, their flames, smoke, and ashes were deemed to have protective powers. The people and their cattle would walk around or between the bonfires, sometimes leap over the flames and embers. Now you can walk between or step over the fires on the way to our Maypole celebration after the service. Perhaps you walked between them on your way in. They're on either side of the sidewalk out there. Now when the bonfire died down, people would daub themselves with its ashes, sprinkle it over their crops and livestock. Burning torches from the bonfire would be taken home, carried around the house or boundary of the farmstead, and used to relight their home hearths. Fire rituals are kind of an imitative or sympathetic magic. They were meant to mimic the sun and ensure a needful supply of sunshine for men, animals, and plants, as well as to symbolically burn up and destroy all harmful influences. From these rituals, it is clear that the fire was seen as having protective powers. Now, the Maypole is a tall wooden pole erected as part of various European folk festivals, around which a Maypole dance often takes place. Its origins remain unknown. It has often been speculated that the Maypole originally had some importance in the Germanic paganism of the Iron Age and early medieval cultures. The tradition survived Christianization, albeit losing any original meaning that it had. Today, the tradition is still observed in some parts of Europe and among European communities in the Americas. The symbolism of the maypole has been continuously debated by folklorists for centuries. Although no definitive answer has been found, one theory holds that they are the remnant of the Germanic reverence for sacred trees, as there is evidence of various sacred trees and wooden pillars that were venerated by the pagans across much of Germanic Europe. Some observers have proposed phallic symbolism. This notion has been supported by various figures ever since, including, of course, the psychoanalyst Sigmund Freud. Now, phallic symbolism has been attributed to the maypole in the later modern period. Ronald Hutton, a British historian, has stated, however, there is no historical basis for this claim, and no sign that people who used maypoles thought that they were phallic, and that they were not carved to appear so. The anthropologist Mircea Eliade theorizes that the maypoles were simply a part of the general rejoicing at the return of summer and the growth of the new vegetation. This way they bore similarities with the May Day garlands, which were almost common festival practice in Britain and Ireland. The maypole dance. In order to perform the traditional maypole dance, ribbons of alternating colors are tied to a wreath. The wreath is then raised to the top of the maypole. Each dancer takes a hold of a ribbon. The dancers hold the primary color all face one direction. The dancers holding the secondary face the other direction. Dancers will then start to circle the pole, and they will alternate going over and under the ribbons as they pass. Creates a nice weave all the way around the pole. Very simple. We'd hope that you'll all join us and participate in our maypole dance. And everyone is invited. Bright blessings, my friends.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ashley. Thank you for having me here today. We're going to do the chalice lighting today. We gather now in the light and warmth of this flame, the flame of truth and freedom, the flame of hope and wonder, the flame of love for others. May we live to keep the flame alive in us and in others. We gather this hour as people of faith with joys, sorrows, gifts, and needs.
I don't know why we always have problems with fire when the pagans are in the pulpit. Well, I guess I do, but we'd like, please stand and body our spirit for the affirmation of the covenant and the doxology in both English and Spanish. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer, to grow together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve others in community, to end all souls shall grow into harmony with creation. Thus do we covenant with one another. Kelly and the kids are going to come up. My Irish grandmother had a deep fear of little people and fairies that was put into me when I was a kid. So I don't like them, so I'm, they steal my keys.
Okay, can you hear me? Yes? Well, good morning, church. This morning's Time for All Ages. I have a trio of assistants. Ignacio, Savannah, and Scout will be helping me read the Stanhope Fairies. Okay. This is the story of the Stanhope Fairies. A long time ago, it is said that Weardale in County Durham, England, was full of fairies, and one night, a little girl had the misfortune to see them. Misfortune? Most certainly, because in Weardale, there is nothing the fairies hate more than to be seen by mortals. The little girl didn't know this, and she watched them playing in the river, and she rushed home to tell her father. Her father, however, did know, and he quickly sought the advice of the local witch. She warned him.
The fairies plan to kidnap your daughter. They will come tonight at the stroke of midnight. To prevent this, you must make certain that everything is absolutely silent.
That evening, her father cooped up the hens, ducks, and turkeys. He locked the stables and removed all the chains from the cows and horses. He gave the dogs bones. He stopped all the clocks, and he even put out the fires so that the wood would not crack and spit. The fairies arrived and were shocked at the silence. But the farmer had forgotten one thing: the little dog that slept at the foot of his daughter's bed. The horse hoofs of the fairies woke up the dog. It started barking, and the spell was broken. The fairies whisked away the farmer's daughter. Heartbroken, he returned to the witch. The witch drew close to the farmer and said,
I can help you even now, but it will not be easy to win back your daughter. You must go yourself to where the cave of fairies live, and take with you a sprig of rowan. But before you go, you must find something that will give light without burning. Secondly, you must take with you a chicken that has no bone in its body. Thirdly, you must find an animal that will give you part of its body without shedding one drop of blood. If you take those 3 things with you, the king of fairies cannot keep your daughter.
The farmer was heartbroken. How could he ever accomplish such impossible tasks? With these riddles in mind, the farmer trudged down the road towards home, fearful that he would never see his daughter again. On his way home, he encountered an old man by the side of the road. The old man asked,
Please, sir, could you spare just a little money for a frail, hungry old man?
The farmer gave him 6 pence. Then, to his astonishment, the beggar answered the first riddle.
Thank you, sir. A glowworm will light your way, but never burn.
The old man disappeared. The farmer continued his walk, and he saw a thrush being attacked by a kestrel. He threw a stone at the kestrel and frightened it away. And the thrush, as thanks, answered the second question.
An unhatched chicken for up to 15 days has no bones in its body.
And then the thrush was gone. The farmer felt better, but he was still puzzling over the third riddle when he saw a rabbit caught in a snare, thrashing about by the side of the road. The farmer gently released the rabbit from the trap. The third question was then answered by the rabbit.
If you grasp a lizard by its tail, it will run away, leaving its tail behind, and will shed no blood.
And like the beggar and the thrush, the rabbit vanished before his eyes. Having procured all of these, the farmer then went to the fairies. They were furious, but because he carried a sprig of rowan, they could do him no harm. His daughter was returned to him. She ran into her father's arms, hugged him tight, and said,
I knew that you would come for me. I love you, Father, and I will never spy on the fairies again.
Our opening hymn is 1067, Mother Earth, Beloved Garden. Your spirit. Never get anything in the right order. One of the ways we express our care for one another is through the sharing of joys and sorrows. I will pass the microphone around. If you have a joy and sorrow that you would like to express, please remember that this is not a time for announcements. Does anybody have a joy or sorrow that they would like to express with the congregation today? Uh-oh.
Thank you very much, mother of my grandchildren. All right. My name is Haney. I wish to actually say thanks to the people who helped me up when I fell in the parking lot of Luna Rosa. And I also wish to be very joyful that all of the tests and x-rays came back negative. All right.
Anybody else? Oh.
Hello, my name is Sherry Brown. I just wanted to share a joy. My sister has been critically ill for the last 6 weeks or so, and this morning we got a promising report, and hopefully she's reached a plateau and now will be on her way to recovery. So just very, very happy about it.
Thank you. I wanted to draw to your attention a notice that came out about Chris Ramsey, a long-term member who is in hospice and is very lonely. And because she has some short-term memory issues, it could be partly because she doesn't recall. But if you know her and could go visit her, she's really anxious to see you. If any of you were part of her covenant group, she specifically mentioned the covenant group. Thank you.
Thank you for publicly expressing those joys and sorrows. And if you have anything that you just want to release out into the air, then we will all sit with you and try to hold that and be with you as you walk through it.
Hello again, everyone. I'm here to read The World's Greatest Love Story. Beltane, as discussed earlier, is the coming out of the dark and coming into the light, and spring and fertility. It is also known that tonight, being the night before Beltane, is Walpurgis. It's kind of the opposite end of Samhain, which is, most people know as Halloween. So this is the beginning of spring and things turning green and the god and the goddess. When a goddess takes a lover, he can be no ordinary man. Look closely and the forest will rise to meet him. The grass leaning upward to kiss the soles of his feet, the wind keening with desire against his back. In his eyes, the beginning and end of worlds. In his hands, the strength of ages. In this time, he has been called many things: King Stag, Horned One, the Wild God, the Green Man, Lud, Osiris, Odin, Dionysus, and Pan. Guardian of the trees, walker of the woodland realm, father of time, now tall as the mighty oak, now altogether its shadow, be still and you may see him. To be sure, he has seen you. Be kind if you speak softly to him, out loud, because in his heart he is waiting as those who are in love often do. Waiting for the earth to warm beneath his feet, waiting for the sky to turn from gray to blue, waiting for all of the secret signs that she has awakened, waiting for the sound of her footsteps running, light upon the woodland floor. And then, with his heart be full, as she who is called goddess, Rhiannon, Artemis, Flora, queen of the May, mistress of the moon, comes into his arms once again. And then will the creatures of the forest make them a bed of flowers to lie upon and keep watch for them this night, as the great fire of their passion sets the land aflame, igniting the seeds of the earth with life and alighting in our own hearts those dreams that are of passion, adventure, creativity, and above all else, love in all its living forms. And when at last the great fire disk bell rises in the sky and they have remade the world anew, the goddess now abloom with life in her belly, the lovers will part once more to tend the great work they have begun and go out again into the world. But their longing for one another never dies, and ever burning on their lips are these parting words, until the night we meet again. And this is why, at this time every year, the trees cloak themselves in flowers in honor of the union of the goddess and the god. And this is why, at this time every year, the people of the old ways light the fires of Beltane, in honor of a passion blazing so dazzling bright it ignites all life on earth. And this is why we too, at this time every year, may find ourselves at the strangest moments, dreaming new loves and new ideas into life.
The operation and outreach of our church needs your input and your contributions. This is a perfect time to think about what you can give back. In a moment, the greeters will pass among you with the offering basket. Please give generously. But before they do that, I should remind you that we support organizations identified by the Social Justice Committee with our Change for Change program. This quarter's recipient for Change for Change donations is, somebody know? Bird or Servant Corps. You can give to them by putting your change in the basket or writing Change for Change on a note on the line of your check. Please give generously. Please rise in body or spirit for closing hymn number 64, "Oh, Give Us the Pleasure and the Flowers Today." So Beltane is a fertility ritual. You have a hole, you have a pole, you put the pole in the hole. There's not a whole lot of innuendo there. For people who are like me and way past fertility, you could spend some time perhaps thinking about what you want to grow in your life. Fertility is more than just reproduction. It's your ideas, it's your thoughts, it's your needs, it's your wants. Maybe spend some time thinking about what you would like to grow for yourself this next year. And take a pass through the cauldrons. They used to take the oxen and the sheep and the goats and pass them through those two cauldrons to make sure that there was enough food for everybody for winter, that the fertility was good, that the crops were good, there was plenty of milk. We don't need to really worry about that stuff so much anymore. So think about the things you want, what you want to grow, what is fertile in you that you can maybe spread the seed. The maypole is just a pole with a bunch of ribbons on it, all different colors. They just hang. The dance and the community and the weaving is what makes the maypole the maypole. It's going to look beautiful when it's done because we will have put the time and the energy and the commitment into the weaving. So just think about that when you're going about your day, when spring is coming, when you're gardening and you're putting things in the ground. What in you needs fertilizer and water and sun? We're going to release north, south, east, and west, and the god and the goddess, but we are not going to release you because we need help. We extinguish this. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the flame of community, the fire of commitment. These together in our hearts until we are together again.
Will you join me as we recite our postlude here? So now we take our leave. Before we meet again, may each of us bring happiness into another person's life. May we each be surprised by the gifts that surround us. May we each be enlivened by constant curiosity. May we remain together in spirit, merry meet and merry part, and merry meet again. Thank you.
Boys and girls, get ready for a jig. Round and round, like a whirligig. Ribbons red, or ribbons green and blue. Grab just one, the colour's up to you. Hey, hey, the 1st of May, our dance will drive the rain away. Round the Maypole, weave and roll, let's dance around the pole. Hey, hey, the 1st of May, our dance will drive the rain away. Boys and girls, get ready for a jig. Round and round, like a whirligig. Ribbons red, or ribbons green and blue. Grab just one, the colour's up to you. Hey, hey, the 1st of May, our dance will drive the rain away. Round the Maypole, weave and roll, let's dance around the pole. Hey, hey, the 1st of May, our dance will drive the rain away. Round the Maypole, weave and roll, let's dance around the pole. In and out, and stepping to the beat. Mind your head, and watch your dancing feet. Up and down, the ribbons start to link. Our Maypole looks so pretty, don't you think? Hey, hey, the 1st of May, our dance will drive the rain away. Round the Maypole, weave and roll, let's dance around the pole. Hey, hey, the 1st of May, our dance will drive the rain away. Round the Maypole, weave and roll, let's dance around the pole. Our faces so happy, Maypole dancing, such a lot of fun. The music, the color. for a jig. Round and round, like a whirligig. Ribbons red, or ribbons green and blue. Grab just one, the color's up to you. Hey, hey, the 1st of May, a dance will drive the rain away. Round the Maypole, weave and roll, let's dance around the pole. Hey, hey, the 1st of May, a dance will drive the rain away. Round the Maypole, weave and roll, let's dance around the pole. Let's dance around the pole.